Greetings, esteemed guests. Today we present the renewed vision of Black growth and development, a plan to empower the African American community and foster lasting change. Let us embark on this transformative journey together. At the heart of our plan lies a bold vision and unwavering belief in the boundless potential of the African American community. Through unity and strategic planning, we aim to overcome obstacles and become a major force in the United States. To fulfill this vision, Black Growth and Development, LLC will channel the philanthropist contributions through the church to administer the funds. This supports the community and offers a meaningful way for the philanthropist to receive a tax break. Our approach to economic empowerment remains centered on the 3D printing industry, an avenue to bridge the economic divide and empower our community. 3D printing represents a transformative opportunity. Through forming recruitment agencies within Black chambers of commerce, we will identify and nurture untapped talent. Together, we will provide comprehensive training in history, education, instilling a sense of purpose and entrepreneurship. As we seize the Biden infrastructure package, we acknowledge the opportunity for community development and economic growth. We recognize the untapped potential of international trade with Africa. By forging partnerships with Black chambers of commerce in Africa, we can unleash the vast resources and products of our shared heritage. Embracing the message of interconnectedness, we aim to foster economic growth that uplifts both African American and African communities. Through international trade, we can create a ripple effect of prosperity. Strengthening unity and community lies at the core of our vision. By promoting collective responsibility and support, we cultivate an unbreakable bond within the African American community. Our commitment to preserving cultural identity and celebrating heritage.
And then, of course, the housing market. We have a housing shortage in every major city in the country. There's a significant shortage, rental housing and for sale housing. And what's happening now is housing affordability has been the lowest that it's ever been since they've been keeping statistics. So most Americans cannot afford to buy a home, and they have to spend a disproportionate amount of their income to pay for one. It's all driven by interest rates.
In today's evolving real estate landscape, the concept of affordable housing has taken a futuristic turn with the rise of 3D printed homes. These innovative structures are now available at prices that were once unimaginable, offering an economical solution to homeownership. Built quickly and efficiently using advanced technology, these homes combine modern design with affordability, making them an attractive option for those seeking a cost-effective yet stylish. We visit the Chicon House. This groundbreaking 3D printed home, unveiled in Austin, Texas, represents a monumental leap forward in addressing global homelessness. Designed by New Story, a nonprofit committed to eradicating survival mode living, and Icon, a pioneering construction technologies company, this one-bedroom, one-bathroom home is more than just a shelter. It's a symbol of sustainable innovation. Situated on a quarter-acre lot, the home spans 800 square feet, and is printed in under 24 hours at a cost of just $4,000. Despite its compact size, the house boasts tall ceilings that create a spacious, airy ambience, making it feel like a conventional home rather than a tiny house. The modern design and amenities are seamlessly integrated into the single-floor layout, offering comfort and functionality that defy its minimalistic footprint. As the first permitted 3D printed home designed specifically for the developing world, this house serves as a proof of concept for sustainable, affordable home building. It showcases the potential to deliver safer, more cost-effective homes to underserved communities faster than ever before.
This is a log loader. We need to take these round logs over to the sawmill to be cut into squared-off pieces of lumber. 60 people work here, making enough lumber every day to build 11 houses.
We do begin tonight with the horrific images after a massive and deadly tornado outbreak and damaging storms that swept across this country. At least 40 confirmed tornadoes in 12 states, the death toll rising. At least 42 people have died. 2 EF4 tornadoes striking Arkansas. This one striking Jackson County with 190-mile-an-hour winds. The moment a tornado tore through Tylertown, Mississippi, ripping off tree branches, filling the air with debris. Drone video showing the devastation after multiple twisters in the area. Structures turned to splinters, trees, nothing but sticks tonight. In Plantersville, Alabama, 2 men right there standing on the roof of a home that collapsed. And in Talladega County, Alabama, an EF2 tornado with winds 120 miles per hour hurtling this empty school bus on top of a high school gym. And now new evacuations in Oklahoma at this hour, where wind-driven wildfires have now killed at least 4 people and damaged hundreds of homes. Tonight, there's now a new cross-country storm barreling east, bringing damaging winds yet again, and an extreme fire danger at this hour. Ginger Z standing by with the forecast, and Victor Akendo in the storm zone tonight, leading us off.
Tonight, new images of the massive tornado that devastated Jackson County, Arkansas.
Oh my God.
The EF4 with 190-mile-an-hour winds.
That's it.
Oh! Just one of dozens reported during a violent tornado outbreak across the heartland.
Oh, man!
Southwest of Hattiesburg in Tylertown, Mississippi, DJ Lane recording this incredible scene as a tornado destroyed his neighborhood. We watched it with him today.
How scary was that moment?
That was one of the most scariest moments of my life, right there.
The devastation from multiple tornadoes in the area goes on for miles. This RV resort leveled. In Plantersville, Alabama, north of Selma, lives turned upside down by an EF3 tornado.
To be honest, you wouldn't think just a wind and tornadoes would do this much devastation.
Anita Owens mourning the loss of her mother, Annie.
She loved everybody. I mean, she loved her kids, her grandkids, her family, her nieces.
The wildfires that burned parts of Southern California last month will likely become the most expensive wildfires in U.S. history. They also burned a scar through historically black neighborhoods in Altadena. William Brangham recently visited with families there who are still sifting through the debris and are concerned about what Altadena will look like going forward.
Oh my goodness.
This is a drive that Diane Pillay and her family never imagined they'd have to make.
Look at all these homes. Oh my goodness.
They're returning to the charred remains of their beloved neighborhood in Altadena, California.
Look at their whole chimney fell.
Into our house.
Their house, like hundreds of their neighbors, was devoured by last month's Eaton fire.
This is incredible.
Pillay's parents bought this house in the 1960s, becoming some of the first black homeowners in this part of Altadena. Diane was raised here, and then she and her husband Richard raised their own kids here, including their daughter Lisa.
And as a matter of fact, right before the fire, we were in process and talks of having Lisa and her husband, have the house.
So 3 generations.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, they're gingerly stepping through what's left of the past, both their own families and their communities.
It was a lot knowing that our home was gone, but then to see the devastation that we're talking about, an entire community, entire blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks. It was just really too much to bear.
Basically, we finish concrete, pour curb, sidewalk, you name it, whatever has to do with concrete. I enjoy getting in the mud, working with the mud. I like seeing a finished product. I like to tell my kids I had something to do with that, something that they can see, something concrete.
I've been in a trade for 2 years, and it's pretty rewarding.
It's a fun type job, and I got it as coming up, I liked my Tonka toys when I was coming up. I felt, if I can be a part of something big in building and stuff like that, I enjoy that, showing it to my children.
Pay scale is a heck of a lot more than I thought it was getting into this. And like I said, coming up with a passion to build stuff anyway, the money was just a bonus to the fun that I had building and learning.
If you don't hustle, you don't stay. They let you go. They lay you off.
It's hard work. Come home covered in concrete all the time.
Welcome to today's video. Have you ever heard of 3D printed houses? It's a relatively new concept, but one that is being widely developed and adopted because of its huge number of benefits. Interesting fact, did you know 3D printing technology could be used in the future to build colonies on Mars? This emerging technology is definitely worth knowing about. Don't miss out, stay tuned to find out about the possible future for building homes and why your next house may be a lot cheaper than you think. We will get into those in just a second. Advances in 3D printing technology have led to the ability to create full-scale structures like bridges and houses. 3D printed houses are created using enormous 3D printers that, unlike other types of industrial units, are able to extrude concrete, plastic, or other building materials through nozzles. This process can gradually construct a building by extruding layers of material on top of each other using a digital design to allow the correct movement of the print head. These printers, specifically their nozzles, are able to move in multiple planes and are specifically designed to be very robust and hardy, as they generally need to operate outdoors on variable terrain.
It has been a journey. It started with my parents, 2 school teachers, in a beloved community in the other America. We grew up without much wealth in dollars, but wealth in love. And I remember as a child watching my mother write a $25 check to the United Negro College Fund every month for over 50 years. And just as she cared for our family, she knew how important it was to give Black children a pathway to education. She understood that her $25 monthly check wasn't charity. It was an investment in our community, an investment in young people, and so that they could thrive if they were just given a chance and an opportunity. And I've tried to carry that work on for my life and to match the good fortune that God has given me and blessed me with the opportunity to now deliver that back into the communities the way that I know how. Our Southern Communities Initiative, it works to accelerate racial equity and funding and programs. We're now in 7 key Southern communities that in a 100-mile radius of each of those communities, we get to 50% of all Black Americans. Our 2% solution asks companies to contribute 2% of their income and their resources to ending systemic inequities. The average American gives 2% of their wages to charity. Corporations should do the same. The Student Freedom Initiative aims to enable any student studying STEM at an HBCU and other minority-serving institutions to graduate without crushing student debt. And we're also working to dramatically strengthen these institutions themselves, make them centers of innovation, and give them the ability to access the technology platforms that the next generation of economic opportunity are going to be based on. So we continue to partner with organizations like the Prostate Cancer Foundation, Mount Sinai, Susan G. Komen, the International Medical Corporation, and the City of Hope to reduce the medical disparities and the healthcare disparities that exist in our community, and ensuring that Black women and Black men have equal opportunity to live fruitful lives. I'll end with this. As important as it is to ensure we focus on education and enablement of our community to participate in this economy, it's ever so important that we make sure all of our children are participating in this next generation, which is a digital generation. We must teach them all to code. We must teach them all how to engage in these digital platforms. And let's make sure that Elena isn't the only one that we point to, but we have millions of our children who are in that exact same enlightened, blessed position. So thank you all for your time and your work.
My name is Marilyn Proctor Gibbons, and I'm an art and design teacher here at Lincoln High School. I've been here about 30 years, and the courses that I teach range from Digital Design 1 through Digital Design 4, and beginning art and advanced art. What's happened over the years is technology has come into play in the art field, and so that's basically what this course does. It teaches them how to use technology to advance themselves in the careers that are now available out there in the fields of art, animation, digital publishing. And that's what we do here in this classroom.
She's a good teacher. She likes jumping around, helping everybody any way she can. We usually help each other. So if someone is really good at like SketchUp, which is what I was working at, I asked my friend to help me out, and I was able to finish my project. I just got it. Like, I did not know how to do it, and I just got it.
We're starting off with the school, and we're helping all the clubs and stuff like that, and we're learning how to make the logos for the clubs. And once we're practiced and we're done with that and we get the idea of how things work and what people want and how to produce that and things like that, then we'll go out and be able to do that as a job and get paid for it.
What we want them to leave Lincoln High School with in our career tech education program is certifications in Adobe software, Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, InDesign, and in Flash.
Yeah, it's really just like kind of like a medal almost, but for art.
At this level, we are working not only for ourselves, we're working for the community, we're working for the school. So we are developing flyers and logos, we are developing t-shirts for the community.
Doing like tags for clubs and sports and stuff like that, and posters around the school.
It's different. It's not a normal class. You come in here and you don't go right to a teacher and report back. You go and you get on your project and you do what you have to do, and it's like it teaches a lot of responsibility.
Kids don't realize that making something three-dimensional is as simple as starting with something flat, and then we have software that does the flat graphic, but then we have a software package that then extrudes it and makes it more dimensional, and then once that happens, all of a sudden we've got the printer that can actually execute that last final print, which makes the actual object dimensional.
3D printing, it's a lot harder than a lot of people think it is.
So you're looking basically to the bottom of that one, right?
Okay, what we're getting ready to do today is to show how to put texture on the wall. Okay, we're getting ready right here. We've got this taped off. Try it on the board once real quick. Figure out if you like your pattern. There we go. Okay. A little more in that corner. There you go. You got some empty spots in the middles there. And go around the corner a little bit. That's awesome. Okay. This is training. Okay, we went a little thicker, and go ahead now. There we go. That's what we're after right there. Okay, you can see the difference. Now these guys aren't tapers. We've never done this before. real light touch. There you go. Okay, have you done this before?
No, sir.
Okay. Love it. This is how the rest of the world doesn't frame, doesn't use drywall, taping, and all this, okay? They just finish red brick. They plaster it, only we don't have to plaster it. We don't have to go back in and put several coats of mud on top of brick. We just finish as you saw, and it looks gorgeous. Go around that corner just a little bit. Holy hell, missed your calling. Okay, just try and dab a bit here and here, a couple of those empty spots, just.
Okay, so this goes on top here.
People are wondering how to finish our walls. Okay, these guys printed this yesterday. This was their second print of training. Finished the wall. This morning, we're texturing. So, okay, give that a second to dry and we will go. Okay, one of our customers just printed this. It's a mini home. Okay, done some cool stuff here with some tile right there. And then we got these lights that are going to be hung right here that are going to just look beautiful all the way down. Different lights on there. Bring you on the inside. Okay. The walls are just gorgeous. No one else in the world can do this. They don't even come close. You got $800 US in material, that's US, and you got about $800 in labor. 3-man crew. And we can print one of these every single day. So this is, we did some cool stuff here with leaving part of this exposed and then just textured the rest of it. So this is what we do. And no one else can do it. That's why everybody's trying to copy us and trying to get employees to come to work for us and steal any way they can. So,
Okay guys, this is what your wall should look like. Bottom to top. Didn't stop, no cold joints. Finishing the wall while we go. Okay? Okay. Kyle, when did we stop printing? How long ago?
We stopped, what was time, 11 or 10? 1:30, 10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago, okay? I'm here finishing the wall, okay? Take a high spot out, just a little bit right there. Okay? So I'm just spreading these. And then sponge trowel, guy with the sponge trowel. Bring me a bucket of water, guys, and the sponge trowel. Okay, sponge trowel guys going right behind me. And it's best if you do these circular, okay? If you just go like this, okay, you have a tendency to dig into the wall a little bit. I won't go up there yet because 15 minutes ago. Okay. I'm not sending a plaster crew in, blowing an inch of mud on the stupid wall. Hoovers hanging all over the place. Said it before. You want to compare us to Apis, Icon, Squared. Who the hell did I leave out? Cobot. Our buddies Cobot over there. Our marketing arm. Thanks for all the videos you guys are putting up. It's awesome. Come here and see what we're doing. That's why people buy here. Okay? Because it's not just, okay, that they built the wrong printer. It's that they don't understand construction. If I'm going to print something and it takes me 3 weeks, and oh shit, and I got to stop every 12 inches. Oh, we're at 18 inches now. Shit.
The biggest difference between Mudbots and everybody else is we print without stopping. Nobody does that. Take a look at everybody that's printing, and all you'll see is 3 or 4 passes of fresh mud on top of the previous day where they stopped. They're stopping every 6 to 12 inches because of wind and rain and a myriad of other issues, but they don't print more than 12 inches because they're afraid it's going to blow over or fall over. Their mix is entirely different than ours. The other biggest difference that people they watch all these videos, they drink the Kool-Aid, they get excited, but they don't realize what they're looking at. All you'll ever see is 6 inches, 8 inches, 3 inches, 12 inches. Those are days that they stopped and started again, stopped and started again. We don't do that. We print from the ground up. But the other big difference is our walls look like this. We're not printing shitty, ugly walls that have to be plastered. That's extra time. That is setting up scaffolding. That is blowing tons of mud, trying to scrape off crap that their printers printed. We don't have to hide our walls. The walls are beautiful. Okay? On the exterior, by not having to go back and plaster this, that's a huge, huge savings. Being able to print this in a day, that's a huge savings. Everybody else, by the time you add the wind days and the rain days and the stops and the stops and the stops and the stops, okay, you've got it takes them a month to print what we print in one day. Okay? We don't hide our walls. They're gorgeous. We're proud of our walls. And this is a training piece. This is a piece that a group printed. Everybody that comes here has to print this. They have to go home and print it again before they finish their post-training. And then we certify the group to be able to print commercially without embarrassing everybody in the whole world that's a part of Mudbots. All our other buyers, we don't have crap out there. People are learning, people are getting better and better. So even on this, there's some inconsistencies that I don't like. That right there, okay? That'd be a fail when we come out to certify their print. We want it printed in a day, 2 days tops. Some people are choosing to stop at wainscot height so they can play with their electrical and their plumbing and stuff like that. These are usually paper contractors that are, they don't do the electrical themselves. So they want to stop and let everybody in. We don't teach that process. We teach how to lay the electrical in the wall while you're printing, do your plumbing while you're printing. Nevertheless, people get home, they get nervous. These are generally people that have less experience in construction. And so you got the building department kind of telling them what they have to do versus an engineer saying, no, I certified this. You're not licensed, building department, you're not licensed, you don't stamp plans, I do. This house meets code, we're gonna build it this way. But you stop at wainscot height, that would be one day, you come back the next day after the electrical and plumbing's done and finish out the print. Now on the inside, if you want it, okay, so we've taken the time to show you how we scrape the wall, we sponge trowel the wall, we go over it with a 12-inch blade. The wall looks like smooth wall concrete, or smooth wall drywall, okay, by the time we're done. So the wall looks like, when we're done in here, because you got a finishing crew and a printing crew. Your finishing crew is working on the interior walls. They're scraping them, they're getting them ready for texture while you're printing. We don't have drywall guys. We don't have to come back in and do taping except for the lid, okay? The lid itself is wood, so they just throw drywall up there, but that's the only place. If you want your interior walls to look like this, we do it. We're finishing the walls while we print. Guys, you got to pay attention to what you're watching and the videos that you're trying to glean information from. That's why we try to convince people, come to Mud University. Come to 2 days of training. Bring your engineer, bring your contractor, bring the building department, anybody that's going to have a say-so in what your company's preparing to do. Bring them so that you have people on your side of the table. So when they're asking questions about electrical or how you're going to tie the top plate in to the footing, rebar, columns, all of these different things, headers, we're going to be answering those questions. But if you don't have the right people there during that university, 2-day university that we invite buyers to come to, you don't know who to ask. If they're there, we'll explain something. You can look at your engineer and say, is that right? And he'll say, hell yeah, that's right. In fact, there's 4 or 5 other ways to do that. Don't worry about that. We know that if people are worried about those types of things, they don't buy. If they don't have the money, they don't buy. If they don't have construction experience, they get nervous about being able to run a construction crew. They don't buy. We help you get to where you get through all of that stuff. If you still think there might be a company out there that can actually do what we do, you don't buy. You go home and then you want to start vetting and knocking on doors everywhere. We've given you the questions to ask, 100 questions, but hell, just get 20 of them. Call them up, get them to answer those questions. And the buyers that do, they're just like, this is ridiculous. Number one, they won't answer questions. They won't answer their email. As soon as we say we got a list of questions from Mudbots, click, ghosted, gone. So we have you do all of that stuff. So when you come to university, you can ask intelligent questions, and then you buy. We're not like others where it's like, do you got a check for us? Here's the keys. Good luck. You know, our buyers don't print with their fingers crossed. That's why our training is a month of pre-training before you come here, all done by video. You got 5 weeks of training here where you will print something like this. And then you go home, you got to print this again. This becomes your best sales tool. To be able to walk your buyers through something like this. Let them pound on the wall, okay? Ow. Let them see the whole process. It's valuable to you. If you walk a building department or engineers or anybody through something like this and show them what you are preparing to do in your state, they're going to get excited. Very, very excited. Especially with $800 in material and walls, $800 for a 3-man crew for a day. So you go home and you print one of these, your best sales tool. In fact, you print all the different prints you printed when you were training in Utah. When you go home, you will reprint those. And that's when we come out and certify your print team to make sure that you're ready for commercial. We don't want you embarrassing yourself. We don't want you embarrassing our other buyers. We don't want you embarrassing the brand. So this is an essential part of our training and what we teach and what you're going to learn.